Zero Down is yet another neat little card game by Reiner Knizia. I love playing Llama and Escalation and Battle Line. Dr. Knizia has so many games. And this is a neat little card game, Zero Down. You get a bunch of cards. It's a deck of cards. There's a lot of 1 through 8 in different colors. Okay. At the beginning of the game, 7 cards will be, you shuffle the cards, and 7 cards will be placed visible on the table. Let's say we're playing a 2-player game. You put 7 cards in a row there in the center of the table, and each player gets 9 cards. On your turn, you're going to take a card from your hand and exchange it with a card that's visible on the table. And you keep playing like that. And your opponent might put a card down that you want, and you keep doing that. When you're not willing to exchange cards anymore, then you knock. Okay? When you knock on the table, that means you're basically passing. And the first knock is okay. You knock, you're passing, your opponent gets to play. But the second time you knock, you don't get to exchange cards anymore, but your opponent has a chance to exchange one last time, and then the game ends. What are you looking to do? I mean, points are bad in this game, okay? Well, if you have 5 of one color, at least 5 cards, or you could have 6, 7, 8 cards of one color, but if you have at least 5 cards of one color, all these cards score 0 points. So in my case, that would be 0. These 2s that are left in my hand, I'm going to be charged 2. You don't repeat, so I don't get 6 points against me. It'll just be 2 points. And then this lonely 4 here. So I would have 6 points. Okay? Because these don't cost, these are 0. These are 2 plus 4, 6. That would be my score for that round. And then we would see what the opponent's score is. The ideal hand here is you have 9 cards. The ideal hand is to have 5 cards of one color and 5 cards of one number, because if you have at least 5 cards of one number, that's also a 0. And then 1 card that fits into both categories. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's say you have 5 yellow cards, okay? And you have 4 number 2 cards. But one of the yellow cards is also a 2. So now you have 5 number 2 cards, and you have 5 yellow cards. You score a total 0. If your hand is that at any point, you just put your hand down, you won the round with 0 points. That's it. The round ends right there. Most of the time, that's not going to happen, so you're going to be, like in my example here, 0 for these 5, and then 2 for these 3 2s here, and then 4, so I would have 6 points against me. And you play a few rounds, and it's just a neat little card game. I really like Knizia card games, and Zero Down is fun to play. I mean, I'm explaining it here a little bit, but if you actually play the game, it's fun. How many players can you play? I usually play it with 2, but you can play with up to 5 players. Look at that, right? 2 to 5 players. It's just a fun card game, and there's a little thinking, because you can see what your opponent is picking up. So if they're picking up a bunch of yellows, you're going to be hesitant to put a yellow card down, but that may end up messing you up. So there's a little bit of thinking involved. It's a fun game. Zero Down. If this kind of stuff blows your hair back, I can't even speak today. If this kind of stuff blows your hair back, check it out.